So, picture this. It's a hot summer day. You're holding a glorious scoop of ice cream, your favorite flavor, maybe cookies and cream or good old chocolate, and you take a huge bite because patience is for people without taste buds. And then, out of nowhere, you're clutching your head, making faces like you've just seen your ex walk into the room with someone better looking. Yes, my friends, that's the infamous brain freeze. Now, what is this cruel little phenomenon? Why does something as innocent and joyful as ice cream have the power to smack us right in the skull? Today, we're diving deep, pun fully intended, into the science of why ice cream gives you brain freeze. Let's dig in right here on History of Food. First of all, the official name for brain freeze is sphenopalatine ganglioneuralgia. Yeah, I know, that sounds less like a medical condition and more like the name of a spell you'd hear in Harry Potter. But in doctor speak, it basically means your sphenopalatine ganglion is in pain. The sphenopalatine ganglion is a bundle of nerve cells located in the middle of your face, right behind the roof of your mouth and your nose. When something cold, like ice cream, a frozen drink, or a snowball you thought was a good snack, hits the roof of your mouth, it suddenly chills the blood vessels in that area. Then your body, being dramatic, overreacts. Those vessels constrict quickly from the cold, and then almost immediately they dilate, expanding back to normal size to get the area warm again. This rapid constriction and dilation confuses the nerves nearby, which then send a pain signal to your brain. But here's the twist. The nerves don't just tell your brain mouth pain. Instead, thanks to something called referred pain, your brain misinterprets the signal and thinks your forehead is under attack. So you feel the pain right between your eyes or in your temples, even though the real action is happening inside your mouth. The thing about brain freeze is, it's fast, like lightning fast. It usually lasts less than a minute, but that minute feels like you've been cast in a low-budget horror movie about frozen desserts. Why so short? Because once the blood vessels calm down and the temperature in your mouth returns to normal, the nerve confusion stops. Your brain stops receiving those danger signals, and the pain just vanishes. No lingering effects, no ER visit, just a momentary lapse in the fun of eating dessert. But during those few seconds, your body goes into full alert mode as if it were under attack. It's a primal reflex. Your brain can't distinguish between a real threat and the sudden cold rush on the roof of your mouth. Brain freeze isn't just a weird party trick your body plays, it's closely linked to how migraines work. Scientists have found that people who suffer from migraines tend to experience brain freeze more often and more intensely. Why? Because both involve sudden changes in blood flow in the brain and activation of pain pathways through the trigeminal nerve, a major nerve that handles sensations in your face. In fact, researchers sometimes use brain freeze in studies to better understand migraines because it's like a safe, temporary version of the same vascular changes. So, if you're prone to migraines and that milkshake hits you like a brick to the forehead, it's not in your head. Well, technically it is in your head, but you're more sensitive to those vascular shifts. Okay, so now that we know the science, let's talk about survival. How do you keep brain freeze from ruining your relationship with ice cream? First tip, slow down. I know, it's tempting to take giant spoonfuls like you're in a dessert eating contest. But pace yourself. Smaller bites and sips give your mouth time to adjust to the cold without shocking your nerves. Second, warm up your mouth. If the freeze hits, press your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Your tongue is warm and can help bring the temperature in that area back to normal faster. Next, use your breath. Breathing in through your mouth and exhaling through your nose can also warm the roof of your mouth. Sure, you'll look like you're smelling your own dessert in a weird way, but it works. Last tip, drink something warm. A sip of room temperature water, or better yet, something warm, can help stop the freeze almost instantly. Just, maybe not hot coffee right after ice cream unless you want to test your tooth enamel's endurance. Here's the thing. We know brain freeze is coming. We've felt it before. We understand the pain. And yet the lure of a frozen treat is so powerful, we dive in anyway. It's like bad dating choices or binge-watching a terrible TV show. You're aware of the consequences, but you're also a human being with a weakness for pleasure. The reward of ice cream outweighs the risk of a few seconds of forehead agony. And maybe, deep down, we like the drama of it all. Eating ice cream without the threat of brain freeze is like watching an action movie without explosions. It's fine, but not as thrilling. Here's a little perspective. Brain freeze is proof that your nervous system is working exactly as it should. Your body detects a sudden change. It reacts instantly, and then it resets. It's not a flaw, it's a safety feature. Sure, in this case, the danger is a frozen dessert and not, say, an actual threat to survival, but evolution didn't account for Haagen-Dazs. Brain freeze is your body's overprotective alarm system, a relic from a time when temperature shocks might have been more dangerous. In a weird way, brain freeze also connects us. Almost everyone has experienced it, kids, adults, across cultures. It's one of those universal human experiences, like laughing at bad puns or forgetting why you walked into a room. So next time you're halfway through a bowl of rocky road and you feel that icy hammer hit your forehead, don't curse your dessert. Thank your sphenopalatine ganglion for caring so much about you. Then, press your tongue to the roof of your mouth, breathe through your nose, and get back to enjoying that frozen joy. Because life is too short to fear the brain freeze. Just maybe take smaller bites. Just a reminder, by the way, brain freeze isn't limited to ice cream. Anything cold enough, slushies, iced coffee, popsicles, even really cold water can trigger it. If you enjoyed this dive into the science of frozen skull pain, hit that like button, subscribe for more snack-sized science stories, and let me know in the comments your worst brain freeze experience. Bonus points if it involves a milkshake and a questionable life decision. Until next time, eat slowly, stay curious, and keep your forehead warm. Thank you for watching.